NBA champion resides in Oklahoma City. The storybook season is complete.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, 2025 NBA champions, becoming the second youngest team in league history to win it all. No super team, the greatest rebuild of this generation. No shortcuts, just brilliant drafting, elite development, one superstar, finals MVP, regular season MVP, scoring champion with an unshakable belief, the ultimate confidence, having the perfect group of guys, proving to have the most complete team from beginning to end, the brutal long suffering, missed opportunities, having a top-notch front office who remain patient. Sam Presti captivated himself as one of the most powerful stories in all of sports. From long tough nights, blowout losses, to uncertainty, there was a light at the end of the tunnel, cherishing the glory, success. Just 2 years ago, this team was expected to finish less than 24 wins, somehow stay afloat, near 500, made the play-in, doing so without number 2 pick Chet Holmgren. They became true contenders ever since. Before we talk about SGA, Jalen Williams or Chet, OKC's greatness was supposed to unfold a decade ago. Remember 2012, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden making the finals at just 23, and 22 years old? Future dynasties in the making, right? No shame losing to prime LeBron's Heat, sure, but the breakup came immediately after. Harden traded, became a first option superstar of his own, took the franchise 13 long years just to get back to the finals. KD and Russ, playoff disappointments, led to the city's greatest player to leave for nothing. The loyalty and fan favorite Westbrook era carried on, put on some of the greatest shows from near impossible records, allowing the fans to smoothly move on from Durant until 3 straight first round exits. Game 5, April 23rd, 2019, the day that changed the state of Oklahoma basketball forever, from blowing up one of the most exciting superstar pairings and its entire foundation to hit the reset button at the height of the player empowerment era. Sam Presti continued laying low, playing the long game. The best thing that could have happened to the franchise. Paul George, who many didn't realize was available. Clippers had to listen to Kawhi Leonard's demands, leaving them no choice but pull the trigger, giving up a historic 5 first-round picks, 2 swaps, rookie Shai and Gallo for one man who won't even be getting his jersey number retired by the Clippers. Having the mountain of assets to set up multiple options for the entire decade, Presti learned his lesson the hard way from the Harden trade, landing a promising quiet future star who was given the keys to the franchise as the main guy. Unlike other young struggling rebuilding teams where there's no main star, everybody thinks they're the guy, playing for egos and leaving those teams stuck in mediocrity for years and resentment. Oklahoma City quite different. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, second-year stud out of Kentucky, at 21 years young, made a significant leap from his lone Clippers season, having all-time great superstar Chris Paul mentor the youngster, not only teaching Shai all the tricks in the playbooks, but shockingly led the franchise to the playoffs as a 5th seed, despite having a 0.2% chance. Paul's leadership set the blueprint, installing an underdog mentality. Unlike many other young stars, the lack of veteran leaders surrounding them early in their careers led to bad habits they couldn't fix before it's too late. Thankfully, Oklahoma's franchise, Sam Presti, the longest tenured GM in the NBA, now 47 years old, hired when the team still called the Seattle Supersonics. He was only 29 then, the closest guy to a modern day Jerry West when it comes to evaluating high-level talent. Not only drafting Durant, but taking Russ Westbrook 4th the following year, ended up becoming the best player in his class, and landing James Harden 3rd in 2009, 3 future MVP winners and top 75 players. Also selected Serge Ibaka 24th overall. By the time Presti and Durant in their 3rd season, team made the playoffs, won 50 games, already established a winning culture. Presti knew he was capable of doing it again. A decade later, hired a young coach in Mark Dackno who shares the same vision. Little did many knew, he coached the Oklahoma City G League team for 6 seasons. Alex Caruso, one of his players from the very beginning. Things were going to be painful at first, after the CP3 era, but with patience, the past became a blur. The finding of undrafted Luke Dort proved to be a significant role piece under Shai, experimenting different rotations, sending Al Horford home early, SGA playing half his games, landed Josh Giddey with a 6th overall pick, converted into role player Alex Caruso to punctuate the title. With another year in the tank, Shai missed 26 games 2022 season, shut down late March with injuries. Team went 24-58 overall. That was the last time OKC would be bad for a while. Shai signed 5 years, $180 million. Many thought he was wasting his time on a rebuilding team. Stated clearly, he knew what he signed up for. Franchise found themselves a gem trading for a star who just strictly focused on hooping. A hard worker, just wants to get better. Somebody you won't hear about any negative stuff off the court. Landed number 2 pick Chet Holmgren out of Gonzaga, sealing a potential superstar in the making. But for now, a good role player. Later using that Clippers pick to snatch two-way Jalen Williams out of Santa Clara, two of the perfect pieces to build around 23-year-old Shai. Contention was on the horizon. An A+ draft masterclass, landing 2 of the 3 best players in the 2022 draft. Team had to wait a full year for the return of Chet after a torn ligament in his foot playing in the Drew League over the summer. An injury that would be viewed a blessing in disguise, needing a full year to get stronger. SGA proved himself being a top 15 player, averaged 31 a game, all of a sudden became the second best player in his 2018 class. Josh Giddey had tons of talent, second best scorer, but his skill set very redundant to Shai. Rookie JDub had all-star potential written all over him, averaged a stellar 14 points, and Luke Dort, solid 3-and-D sniper. Team slowly developed a true identity, drafted for key rotational 3-and-D Cason Wallace, another key guy who has the dog in him. With Chet back healthy, starting lineup of Shai and Giddey shared the backcourts, with Dort and JDubs the forward spots. Bench contributors Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, Wallace, Kendrick, and Jalen Williams. Every guy had a clear role in the rotation, all brought in as a collective unit, allowed Shai to be the closer, won 57 games, tied for number 1 in their conference, first in 3-point percentage. Them and the Pacers had the most wide open looks, first in steals and block shots, succeeding with Chet anchoring the paint. Team lost a competitive 6-game series to Lucas Mavs, with the bigs of Daniel Gaffer and Derek Lively outmuscling the 210-pound Holmgren. Grabbing 3 rebounds in an elimination game wasn't gonna cut it. Presti realized JDub and Chet on their rookie deals, with Shai on a smaller max. Team had all the money, offered Knicks bruising center Isaiah Hortenstein 3 years, $87 million. None of OKC's rise would have been possible without their 2021 and 2022 season struggles. Presti finally snatched his last piece of the franchise's championship puzzle by landing ultimate glue guy, established vet, and former champion Alex Caruso, a do-it-all defensive juggernaut, all about winning. Sure, this OKC team still probably a 60-win team without AC, but wouldn't have won the bigger games in the playoffs. From guarding 1 to 5, slowing down Jokic, a relentless motor, recorded a league best 68 wins. Shai deserved his first MVP. No way do the Thunder get past the championship experienced Nuggets without Caruso's greatness making key plays down the stretch. After demoralizing Memphis in a convincing sweep, facing the best player in the game, never an easy task. Despite the Nuggets' lack of depth, eliminating the low-key great Clippers round 1 showed whoever to get out of the second round was the favorites to become champs. Many dominant teams don't often get the chance to face adversity with their backs against the ropes, expecting to cruise through everybody in the playoffs, especially if you're the 2017 Warriors. Down 2-1 to Jokic, the young Thunder had their graduation moment, from questionable contenders to legit championship caliber. When digging deep, recording come from behind wins both games 4 and 5 to the more experienced Nuggets. One of those games OKC would have lost just a season ago. Held Denver to 31% shooting. Jokic in abysmal 7 of 22 game 4. Overcame a Jokic masterpiece, 44 points in game 5, but OKC outscoring the Nuggets 34-19 fourth quarter, 6 Thunder in double figures, a total all-around team effort. Luke Dort's confidence on hitting 3 straight threes, absolute timely. SGA did his usual thing, the casual 31 points, made the right reads. This was the game OKC became true champion contenders right there. An epic all-time great. If the Thunder do indeed become a future dynasty, this would be the game many look back on in the years coming. Jokic's greatness forced OKC to dig deep and mature in real time. Had Calvin Booth been running the Thunder, they absolutely wouldn't be anywhere near contending position. Whole team put on a Game 7 defensive lockdown classic, eliminated Minnesota in a cakewalk 5-game series, 3 wins by massive blowouts, won Game 4 fouling up 3, an unpopular strategy yet brilliant game plan. Handled their business, Shai outclassing the less ready Anthony Edwards, onto the red hot underdog mentality of the comeback Pacers. It appeared God was on Indy's side after an improbable Game 1 finish, an OKC last second loss, only time they weren't leading. Luckily, much of what we learned in the Denver series translated to a pivotal Game 4, down 2-1, faced a double-digit deficit, 39 seconds left in the third. The MVP scored 15 of his 35, the final 438. Bouncing back every time after following a loss, Shai gave his team the lead, creating space on Nesmith with the nasty off-balance jumper, used every ounce of his body to balance that shot off, avoided a travel. Team defense had the Pacers playing iso ball in the end. JDub proved himself big time with 27, Caruso 20 big points, 5 steals, 3 games of 20 plus for his second title run after having 0 of those big scoring games all regular season. With simple ball movement, execution, and defense, the Thunder prevailed, completely shut down all the momentum Indiana had, an ugly hard-earned victory, no fluke, why the Thunder 22-12 in games this season, plus playoffs when trailing double digits. The best record of any team in those situations, since at least dating back to Jordan's Bulls. Chet's monster 15 rebounds with a couple timely putbacks proved his worth. SGA channeling his inner Michael Jordan with the jumpers, also shades of 2019 Kawhi Leonard. Then came the Jalen Williams 40-piece, team officially reached unstoppable status. The 24-year-old officially put himself in top 15 player discussions, a true second option, joins a handful of all-time greats to score 40 in the finals, while making an all-defensive team the same season. Just like Shai made his improvements from 2021 to 23, we're seeing this in real time from JDub after a couple bad games the Denver series. Many fans demanded he be traded. Now we'll be earning that $300 million rookie extension, on its way to becoming the most dynamic two-way second option in the game. Realistically, a better scoring version of prime Andre Iguodala with a more deadly outside shot. The defensive structure of these Thunder, shades of the mid-90s Bulls, relentless ball pressure. Caruso, the closest thing we have to a modern day Rodman besides the rebounding. A champion that was built from the ground up, overcame all sorts of difficulties with Denver and Indiana, didn't panic, refusing to lose back-to-back all playoffs in an era where most teams try to skip steps. There's no coincidence why this team won a title 9 years before after losing Kevin Durant. The previous time a final series went to a deciding 7-game. Sam Presti's philosophy, a work of legends. With more coming picks, character guys who fit the culture, a modern two-way oil machine of a basketball team, this is the new blueprint of the modern NBA. As the old all-timers continues to stay relevant, find different angles of one last pursuit of a title. This is Gilgeous-Alexander's time. Oklahoma City's officially taking the NBA. We saw this happening from 2019. 6 years later, it's fully accepted. Talking heads crying about this, get over it. Going forward, this team has all the ingredients. Unless something crazy happens this offseason with free agency, there's no other team you're betting against over OKC to win more titles next 10 years. Only Alex Caruso played 8 full seasons on the roster. Besides him and Kenrich Williams, everybody else born after May 1998. Having their lottery pick from last year, Nikola Toppin, an extra piece that'll come in handy. Trading away some of the rotational guys other teams can afford will be the move for the coming years, but given Sam Presti's vision, the coming draft picks will develop properly on a loaded title squad, very similar to the most recent Dynasty, the 2015 Warriors, youngest championship team since 1980. These Thunder a year and 7 months younger. SGA in a perfect situation, just like what young Steph Curry had. JDub and Klay Thompson, excellent two-way guys. Chet can play the Draymond Green role. Caruso's essentially the Andre Iguodala of the squad. Hartenstein plays the Andrew Bogut role alongside the deepest bench. The only thing stopping the Thunder from more titles, big injuries, and additional apron restrictions, getting a superstar like a Kevin Durant, how Golden State pulled off 2016, near impossible these days with how the cap is structured. From Clay Bennett to Sam Presti, the entire organization, fans and staff waiting for this precious moment to forever soak in, despite all the haters, the asterisk excuses. Absolute nonsense. The Thunder were just better than everybody else. Being the 7th different champion in 7 years, they dominated, defended, executed, and matured in real time when it mattered. The vibes as in sync as any championship team we've seen in years, with homegrown studs to savvy winning vets. Everybody brought in, sustained greatness on the horizon. For all 29 GMs out there, Sam Presti, the best in the business today. This is how you build a championship basketball team, and OKC is just getting started. This title isn't just the end of a journey, it's the beginning of a dynasty, whether you like it or not. 2025, the year of OKC. KD will turn 37 next season with Houston. Rockets could become OKC's biggest threat, but these Thunder have experienced it all. They're well positioned to repeat, more likely than the 6 previous champions who failed to do so. With JDub and Chet looking to reach their ceiling for years to come, the franchise keeps reloading, retooling, and next step, repeating. This year, they stand on top of basketball glory, NBA champions, solidified, and true absolute greatness. More to come, a future so bright, rest of the league better get smarter.